Hey guys, it's DIY Salvage Guy here, and I'm here to disprove a common myth about BMWs, that they're impossible to work on, that they're super expensive. Now, I have a 3 Series, a 6 Series, and a 5 Series, and all of them are fairly easy to work on. If you know how to work on any kind of car, these are really no different. They follow the same kind of formats as everything else, so don't be discouraged about buying BMWs. There's great websites out there like Rock Auto and FCP Euro. They got cheap parts and they'll ship everything to you, and it's just great. So don't be worried about buying a BMW. They are expensive to repair if you bring them to a shop, but that's what YouTube's for, so that we can teach each other how to do this stuff. Hey guys, DIY Salvage Guy here, and today I'm going to be working on my BMW 535. It's got a little bit of a squeak in the front end, so I'm going to be taking apart the front end a little bit, going to see what's going on, and going to get under there and see if I can stop it from squeaking. Alright guys, so a little bit of a change of plans. I tried to use the quick jacks on the BMW, but the quick jackers aren't large enough to get under to the jack points, so I'm going to have to go old school and go back to the old jack and jack stands method. Alright guys, so these are the main components of a BMW front suspension with all-wheel drive. Right here you have your control arm. I believe that's your lower. This is your sway bar. And then this is your thrust arm. And I believe this right in here is where it's squeaking. So it could be that when I installed it I made these bolts a little bit too tight. So I'm going to loosen them up, maybe put some white lithium grease on there. You never want to use WD-40 because there's rubber inside and that will wear out the rubber a lot quicker. So we're just going to take this apart, possibly take this tire off, and see what we can do. We'll do the same thing on both sides. Alright guys, so we were able to get this bolt out up here, and it was definitely a little squeaky, so I think that was definitely the problem. We were able to get a little bit of some WD-40 white lithium grease in there. You definitely don't want to use the blue can because that will wear out everything in there. The other thing that's really important when you're doing suspension components is that they need to be tightened up under pressure or under tension. So what we're going to do is we're going to jack up our tire a little bit right here, well, our tire point. And then we're going to retighten that bolt right up there. And you guys are going to see that. Alright, so the next thing we have to do is basically just move the wheel a little bit to see if there's any of that squeakiness in there. Check the tension on, make sure it's still good. Because if the bolt's a little bit too tight, it will make it feel a little bit too tight up in the steering wheel, and you're going to have that squeakiness. So we're going to test this out right now. So as you guys can see, there's absolutely no squeakiness left in the wheel. We're going to do the same thing on the other side just for good measure to make sure that the torque is correct, because it's a suspension component and you want to make sure that you are always under proper torque. Alright guys, so anytime you're working on a car, and at least in my experience, one side's always easier or harder than the other, and this was the case on this as well. So this came out extremely easily, came right out of here, and so we're going to clean this up a little bit with a little wire brush, make sure that it sits in there nice and good, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side that we did. And we're going to put a little bit of grease in there. You don't want to put any grease on the outside because that will attract dust. But as long as we put it on the inside, we should be good. So we have everything all buttoned up again. All the shields are back on. BMWs have a lot of shields that enable its rust, except on the outside. As you can see, these parts, which are brand new actually, most of them about 5,000 miles, they have a lot of rust on them already because I guess they're made out of cast iron. So we're going to put the tire back on and we're going to drop it down and give it a little test drive. Alright guys, so now the last thing we have to do is just make sure that the tires are actually torqued on correctly. I know I used the gun and that should be good, but you know, safety first, you always have to make sure that your tires are torqued correctly. Now the last thing to wrap this video up is we are going to test to see if it's still squeaking. So about a month ago I replaced all of my front end suspension components. I replaced the ball joints, the upper and lower control arms and thrust arms. I also replaced the axles and all that good stuff up there. I also replaced the struts as well. So I was a little surprised to see that it was squeaking a little bit. So what I did was I just went back under there. It's better to be safe than sorry, so I over torqued it a little bit and I shouldn't have done that. So I got back under there, and as you guys could see, the squeakiness is gone and this car is ready to go for another 185,000 miles. If you found this video to be informative and helpful, please like and subscribe to my page so I know that you guys want to keep seeing more content like this.